Singers.
You
They're pretty cool.
I'm not gonna stream.
There's a spell. There's actually an actual spell sword as well. There are differences, but you're already an elf, right?
Yes.
You could be a blade singer.
I will not be streaming, but I am recording.
Okay. So there are options.
Probably be streaming.
Of course you will.
So if push comes to shove, I might be able to get in and see some of them, but that's going to take time.
So the thing that you're talking about, Prince of Nothing, is the war subclass, which is more magic, less martial, but you use armor and shit. Like you get bonus AC.
I meant the spell sword. That. I meant the spell sword. You have the
I'm going to be honest. I think that's a 3.5.
You're right. Shit. All he has, I'm looking at the big list of subclasses. All he would have is the Blade Singer.
Yeah.
Either that or Eldritch Knight. But he would have had to take a fighter.
I like the sound
Which is
of that.
huge, but that's a fighter that uses spells. It's a big change.
Yeah,
it's a fighter that uses spell versus a wizard that uses fighting.
The Blade Singer
that is literally like Rolana is a Blade Singer and Loretta is a fucking Eldritch Knight.
Wow.
So I'll send you a link to the 2014 subclasses with all like the explanations on them, and Blade Singer is like the first one if you wanted to like skim through it.
That's like,
yep.
Would you rather be this person that doesn't get laid or this person that doesn't get laid? And I'm like,
I'm going to tell you right now, the Blade Singer
variety.
If you want to go full lore, the Blade Singer gets laid all the time. They're very rare, and unless your DM really likes you, they're elves only.
Yeah, they are absolutely elves only.
Oh, so you're saying my turtle won't
the normal
work?
wizard than the Eldritch Knights does, letting you go into melee combat while still using the full wizard spell list.
Wizard.
But your big struggle is going to be
getting laid. Obviously,
your need for 3 ability scores. So you're constantly going to feel a little weak in some area, but you're trying to do two things that are not supposed to work together. So that's why.
It is the definition of being a spell sword in Elden Ring.
Yep.
Yeah, unfortunately, being a spell sword in Elden Ring doesn't work because just like our very first encounter with an enemy in this campaign,
the
monster came up to me and fucking sneezed on me, and I was dead.
You're still going to be pretty squishy.
Yeah, that's the point of blade singing, is it gives you higher AC and more ability to avoid attacks.
Yeah, there's literally an ability called Song of Defense that allows you to just say no to incoming damage once a day.
Yeah. So those are kind of the, it's very floaty. Think more of fencing, less of guts. You're not just taking the damage like Symbala. You're going to be expertly dodging around it.
I'm
going to send you this too, though. I'm sorry. This is the fighter subclass breakdown too, Zoa, for 2014. It'll have the Arcane Archer and the Eldritch Knight listed as well.
Wow.
Shit, start sending him the Ranger. What's the magical Ranger subclass? Gloomstalker?
I mean, Rangers are magical, technically.
But not the same.
I mean, the Arcane Trickster is the rogue one.
Yeah. There are multiple magical marshals.
Yeah, Eldritch Knights are tough as shit, by the way.
Yeah. I fucking love Eldritch Knights.
Part of me doesn't even know why I didn't go as a ranger again. I was really good at slipping knives between people's ribs.
We'll discuss. All right, we need to get started because we're at this point we're down to 2 hours and we've got a decent amount of content to get through.
Come on, you're not fooling anyone. We're not going to be doing 2 hours.
Yes, we are, because I have a fucking thing that I've got to go to. I'm going to a ride along.
Oh.
Yeah.
Riveting.
Okay.
All right, well.
And I'm live.
Let me get into...
Oh, you're live? Hey, Prince of Nothing, start ranting about how much you hate the police again.
Oh no! Please don't.
Aren't you doing like a ride along or something?
I
didn't realize you disliked your future occupation so much. God, some people are just
Brother.
hypocrites.
Oh, dude, you have no fucking clue. My army buddies that are cops, I would say probably a solid 90% of them call themselves pigs. It's hilarious. They'll be like, I fucking hate cops. And it's like, aren't you a cop? Yeah. That doesn't change anything. I hate myself. Oh, okay.
Here, I think they are joshing you. Do not pay attention to them.
Here we are
I'm
indeed
not.
joshing.
I'm not joshing anything. I don't even know what IRS is talking about.
Gas.
You don't even know what
lighting.
gaslighting is.
Gaslighting doesn't exist.
Gaslighting doesn't exist. What do you mean?
What, did your friends tell you about that? All right. Anyways, Simbala, please give us the abbreviated recap, if you will.
I like how you said abbreviated, but you're getting whatever it is.
Oh, God damn it.
All right, hang on. All right. Session 5, Jim Bro recap from Simbala's perspective. So we kicked off mid-combo with Riven, still chatting about his shady offer to steal and charge the orb. He told us to sleep on it, and honestly, bro, after yesterday, I needed a protein nap. We had a group powwow at the table. Blue wanted to stick to Vork's clean deal. Yuri was all in for Riven's outlaw lifestyle, and Escobar followed her lead. Me, I hated the idea of jail, but man, I hated Vork even more. That I could be convinced, but it wasn't my first pick. We also kicked around the weird mystery of why Yuri and Escobar could cast magic in the Gilded City without anyone busting them, but no one cracked it. Out of character, bro, we all rolled like garbage. With nothing else to add, we all hit the hay. Escobar, trying to be slick, destroyed his brand new identify scroll trying to inscribe it. I woke up to that burnt papyrus smell. Smelled like failure. Smelled like Vorik. Did my morning lift session, you know, the standard. Squats, push-ups, sit-ups, and hit breakfast hard. While we were chomping down, Escobar spotted Chara doing ledger work. Being Escobar, he strolls over and awkwardly asks if she's got work for him. She presses him for skills, and bro flops harder than a dead fish. She tries to help, whistles in a dude with a shank to hint at what kind of work they do, and Escobar still looks kind of confused. Yuri tried to help smooth it over, but it was getting painful to watch. That's when I, the Swoleborn himself, stepped in, clapped a hand on Escobar's shoulder and said, "This guy's great at destroying buildings." Told her about the Thunderwave rat story, and Chara looked actually impressed for once. We all kind of awkwardly paraded our skills, hoping to score gigs, and honestly, Chara flat out said we're a bunch of weirdos. Can't blame her. Then Escobar drops the whole, hey, magic tracking didn't work on us bombshell from the rat job. Chara got real interested and promised to pass it to Riven. Good job, bro. Accidental espionage. I hung back a little longer and told Chara about my upcoming wrestling debut. She said she and Riven might come to watch, and depending how I do, there might be other opportunities, with quotes. Whatever that means. She also let slip a big one. Called Riven the Underking by accident.
What?
Huge. Either Riven's... What's up? Go ahead.
I'm just monologuing with you saying that
Yeah.
by going, whoops.
Sorry, this one's a little longer. I'm going.
Wait.
What?
Huge. Either Riven's running a way bigger operation than we thought, or someone else is above him. Filed that intel away, and rejoined the bros for breakfast. We had 2 full days of downtime before my match. I wasn't wasting it. I hit up Smeech and asked if he could hook me up with a pro wrestler to sharpen my edge. Smeech gave me 2 big pieces of advice. First, fight dirty. The arena is sand, so kicking sand in an opponent's face mid-match can give me a big advantage. Second, he set me up with a guy who taught me the basics of judo. Now when I grapple, I'm rolling with advantage. Bro, massive gains. Blood uses downtime to hit up the churches, hoping to get some holy inspiration. During his research, he learned about a group called the Order of the Venerated Veil, a religious order meant to balance magic and faith. Bonus intel, Brother Kale, the guy who tried to abduct Escobar, is part of the OVV. Things are connecting, bro. Escobar, meanwhile, went classic blue collar. He found a factory job where he uses mending cantrip to fix tools and equipment. Made 28 gold over 2 days. Bro's really stacking that lunch money. Yuri approached Smeech, looking for a higher profile work, trying to climb the underworld ladder. Said she was sneaky and good at gathering info, so he found her a job spying on a list of low importance targets. She's got her foot in the door now. 2 days later, boom, fight day at the Coliseum arrives. Messenger drops off all our entry passes, including my squad. Game time, baby. My first opponent, Yorn the Murderer. Big guy, nasty rep. But in the ring, dude went down like a sack of wet potatoes. Total domination. After the fight, I made sure to yell about how Tusk's bulking supplements made it possible. Gotta represent that brand, bro. Next up, Caliph the Iron Fist. Now this was a real fight. He actually gave me trouble for a hot second, but bro, you can't out-muscle the Swoleborn. Victory again, and another big plug for Tusk Bulking. Gotta stay loyal to my sponsor. Third match was against Draka Blood Fury, a half-orc bruiser. She requested full combat with weapons. Suspicious, but hey, a win's a win. As the match starts, instead of coming at me, she bolts towards the edge of the arena. Weird move. Yuri spots some shady figure in the crowd. This spellcaster using a magic device to cheat, and she alerts all of us. Things pop off fast from here. Escobar charges in the crowd and finds Inquisitor Silverleaf, and she gives us the green light to cast spells against the cheater. Blood pushes through the crowd and ropes Riven and Chara into the action, and even Riven, after some hesitation, gets fully involved. Meanwhile, Draka stops playing nice and goes lethal on me. She hits me hard, takes me down to half health in one round. I just grin at her and plant a critical broadsword axe hit right across her skull, spinning her like a top. She staggers back up, swings and misses, and I hit her again. Boom, broadside to the dome, dropping her unconscious. The party chases the spellcaster, and I leap into the stands like a beast. Hit the guy with the broadside of my axe too, knocking him out cold. Bro, my strength was on another level that day. Blood, being sneaky, swiped the illegal magic device the caster was using. Looked like a Rune Weaver's Guild tool. That's gonna matter later, big time. Guards arrested Draka and the spellcaster for interrogation. I was officially declared winner of the tournament. Crowd was thinned out because of the brawl, but whatever. 300 gold, 25 gold from Tusk, and a supplement package with 2 bottles. One permanent +1 strength boost, and the other a potion of stone giant strength. Absolute gains, bro. Permanent stats, literal power-ups. Plus, the gang made some easy coin from betting on me. Escobar bet 30, made 90. Yuri bet 10, made 30. And Blue bet 25, made 75. And the best part, we're level 4 now, baby. Bigger, stronger, faster. Let's go. And that's what you got. We did a lot last session. We did a lot. I don't think anybody remembers how much we actually did.
Yeah, we got a lot done.
Yeah.
I got to do the bad touch.
Okay, so just letting you know, Prince of Nothing, first of all, that was an amazing recap. But what I was doing is that I had actually played the Dragon Ball Z recap music, and every single time you were finishing with a paragraph, the song was finishing right on time.
That's great.
I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna enjoy rewatching this.
Last time on Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
Last time on Shards of Erendor.
There we go.
Those cinnamon roll cookies you made. Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, hang on. It seems like
And that's in the recap.
The
channel.
DM's being distracted.
yeah.
I mean,
he
The
misses-
DM is being distracted. My
Fucking-
wife just started talking about desserts. All right.
Yeah.
She
I mean,
Fair
I'm
enough.
distracted now. Where's mine?
Listen,
Yeah, what the
priorities, okay?
Share.
Candy is temporary. The happiness that comes from cinnamon roll cookies is forever.
Share that happiness. D&D needs snacks, motherfucker.
Come to
Yeah,
Ohio.
the
I'll
rest-
I'll have her make a cookie for you.
Yay.
I think the rest of our cupcakes and ice cream, by the way. Babe.
Oh, that's
All
right. I
right.
have
Today?
cupcakes.
Okay.
Well, after the climactic ending for the party, anticlimactic ending for the the organizers of the Coliseum match decide to throw a victor's banquet to commiserate our new champion of the Coliseum.
Commemorate.
Commiserate. Let's
Yeah,
commiserate.
commiserate. I'm gonna hit them with the broadside of my
That was
axe.
bad, yeah.
I think that one's a bad
Mother
one.
effers.
Oh yeah, commiserate is to feel pity for someone. You're right. You're right.
Wait, no, hang on. You can still
Those
use that.
Yeah, they.
And he's dead.
Damn, this
he-
poor bastard's gonna be
Right.
fighting forever.
He
Yeah.
used the correct word accidentally.
That's what we call a Freudian slip.
Nice.
I don't think that's what we call a Freudian slip here. Jesus Christ.
What?
They decide to hold a victor's banquet to commemorate the new champion as you knock over the former champion. Also, so that way people can kind of see you. Your sponsor can get a little more, reps, that kind of thing. Does the party want to do anything in between the late afternoon and the evening when we go to the gala?
I would like to level up.
Escobar catches on fire.
Yeah.
No.
I dance on his fiery corpse.
No, I'm good.
It'll be fine. I can use Spare the Dying.
Spare the
God.
dying.
More.
Yeah. It's a spell that literally just keeps you from making death saves.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
You'll still be burning and in extreme pain, but you won't die.
True.
Hey, silly question, IRS.
What?
Does heavy armor not have an armor class restriction? Like medium? It doesn't appear to.
It has a strength.
Or strength requirement.
Yeah.
Okay.
It has a strength requirement.
Interesting.
For certain heavy armors, I believe it's 13, 14, and 15. The heaviest is 15 strength, so you can wield any heavy armor. Like plate mail is the heaviest of the heavy armors. It's an 18 armor class, and it's 15 strength requirement.
Got it, but I got it. We can only use medium and light as a barbarian. Perfect.
Yeah, I don't think you have proficiency in heavy armor.
That's cool.
That
Did I
and
fire
with
that.
a list of
Yeah.
people that I'm supposed to be like listening in on, or am I just like listening in on random ass?
Yes, both.
Oh,
Both of them. You're. If
oh,
I'm
I
gonna be
think I
real
wrote
with
the
you,
list down. Okay.
if I'm gonna be real with you, I don't fucking remember the people.
I've got
However-
a list of people. I think that's it.
Yeah, pretty much. It was mainly like, hey, these are important people to hang around. If you hear anything, let me know.
Okay.
However, hanging around just about anyone important and getting information out of anyone will be helpful.
Okay. Gotcha.
So it seems like the party is all good
Yes.
to move to the gala.
Yeah.
As the afternoon starts to turn into the evening, that golden hour comes upon. You guys are all, invited a little bit early to the gala. So that way, they can show you, like, this is the victor's table. This is where the victor and his party will sit. It's towards the front of the gala,
Okay.
towards the front of the banquet hall. Your sponsor is brought in, like Tusk and his son are there. You see them like unloading boxes off the back of a cart. Looks like they're setting up some kind of like sample table. They have a few banners that they're having hung for like, because they sponsored you, so they get the same amount of regalia that, like, if the merchant guild, like if a big guild won, their champion won, they would get a big parade for it. Tusks, even though they're a small little business, they're still getting all those same rewards. So, they're putting up their banners and their streamers and advertisements and stuff like that.
Table.
They're showing you around. There's a bunch of catering staff running around, getting everything ready, setting the tables, getting everything, making sure that everything's 100% right. Soon after that, you start to see like this security for the event show up. You see some guards start to show up, post up around doors. They start making like little preliminary searches. And as a matter of fact, Inquisitor Silverleaf arrives.
Yeah.
She kind of, gives you guys a little head nod, acknowledging that you're there, almost looking at Symbala with a look of congratulations, but she's clearly there to do business. She's doing some kind of divination magic, just checking out the general area to make sure that there's nothing amiss going on. And as time goes on, the band starts to show up, the bards start to get there, the entertainers. You start to see some of these very exquisitely dressed people showing up, nobles and merchants from all over. It's not exactly like the top people, it's not like the head of the merchant guild, but it's like the director of tapestry kind of thing. Like, this isn't like one of those massive events where the entire council is going to show up, but a lot of their emissaries are here, a lot of their second in commands are here. It's a nice event, but it's not exactly a major event. It's not anything that the nobles would show up to. And the
Did you say
music,
there are some nobles or none? Just merchants?
it's there is some nobility, but no like high level nobility. There's
Okay.
no one here that's like, oh my god, this person being in attendance is the craziest thing ever.
Got it. Thank you.
Play
Nice.
A little bit of ambience music. And the festivities begin. They start bringing out these massive trays of food. They're putting entire turkeys on the tables.
Hell yeah,
all
you know where
kinds
I'm
of
going.
Lavish ingredients. The smells that come into the banquet hall as the catering group starts to bring in the food it's divine. It
It's
smells
buffet, correct?
fantastic. They're just bringing the food straight to the table. It's
Okay,
buffet
cool.
style, but your table is the buffet.
Hell yeah.
Heck
They're
yeah.
bringing
That
out,
protein.
they're bringing out bottles of wine.
Bottles of water. Sorry.
I'm sure you could ask for water.
No, I remembered a YouTube video that I saw.
Milk.
But yeah. Is there anything anyone would like to do as the festivities begin? I mean, you guys have a little bit of time to eat. You start to chow down. I'm sure you can make your fill. This is one of those things that it's going to go through the night.
I can't really think of anything.
So, first and foremost, Symbala is going to eat his fill and make sure he gets plenty of wine.
Oh yeah.
I want to look
had a
around
long
the
day.
room. I want to look around the room and see if there's any what looks like interesting conversations. You know what I'm talking about, where there's like people
Oh, yeah.
like hunched together.
Roll me a perception check.
Okay, can do. Where do I find
Can
perception? I'm so bad at this. There we go.
Sorry, give me one moment. I'm setting a timer for myself, so that way I don't accidentally go over.
For sure.
No, do it.
With the
Go
12,
over.
you definitely see plenty of conversation going on. A lot of it seems to be, pleasantries and stuff like that. A lot of people just at their tables eating, laughing. There's small groups of people standing over by the bards and stuff and clapping and dancing. You know,
Any
It's
darting
just like-
eyes or people trying to keep their conversation away from others?
Not that you notice.
Yeah. Okay.
If anyone else would like to help Yuri, or if
Oh.
Yuri is like, hey, if you guys see anything, let me know.
Oh,
Yeah.
like I heard what you said, and I go immediately and help myself to some wine.
What? Can I elbow you in the ribs and ask you to roll a perception check to see if you see anybody looking like
Oh, sure. I'm gonna go ahead and roll a perception check.
might
to
be like
see if
worth
this-
having
'Cause you're doing
conversation
this-
worth
You're doing
overhearing?
this from your table, right?
Yeah, I'm doing this amazing perception check to see the quality of this wine, and also whatever Yuri
Oh
was
my
talking
God.
about.
What? Wow. Never mind.
I'm gonna-
Escobar is very, very much concentrated on the wine.
And I will be honest,
Yuri,
I am only interacting with people interacting with me right now.
Yuri, go ahead and roll a d4 to add to your original perception.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
I
I'll
just-
allow,
I just
I'll
walk
allow
by
that to be a
and
retroactive. There we go.
I'll
There's
walk
the
by and
DC.
tap Yuri's
Um,
shoulder.
as-
Thank you very much.
As you're looking around, you know, Blood almost senses what's going on and probably recalls that you've been having some private meetings with people and gives you a little nudge in the right direction. Almost divine, you know, just kind of nudges you. And as he nudges you, you realize, oh,
Damn.
hey, there's a group of people right over there. And you see this group of very exquisitely dressed people. They're all wearing like sashes. A lot of the people in here are wearing like sashes and ribbons around their neck, you know, showing what guild they're from. And
Okay.
you see a group of people all with very ornate clothing and different sashes on, kind of off to the side over by the kitchen, having a quiet conversation where there's a lot of chitter chatter, so it's harder to overhear.
Okay.
Definitely out of earshot. With a 24, as you glance around, what are you looking for?
I was trying to help Yuri out with looking
Just
for
Trying to
stuff.
help me join the
more-
mafia?
Just looking for more
Hell yeah.
suspicious activity?
Yeah, just looking for more suspicious activity. Because if you remember, I also have a group of suspicious people to find.
Are you looking for those
The
said suspicious people?
yes, the people interfering with all the religious shit here.
Oh, you're looking for the Order of the Venerated Veil, the OVV? Did he cut out or did I cut out?
I think he cut out.
Yeah,
hear 'em at all.
I'm looking for them.
Okay. There are definitely a group of religious figures here. There's a group of men, you know, kind of not necessarily cloaked, but they're all wearing these tan tunics with hoods over their faces. Their faces are exposed, but, you know, they're wearing this kind of religious regalia. And as you're looking, you know, you can tell it's definitely some kind of religious group. There is no alcohol at the table whatsoever.
Mm.
All just quietly eating. They're probably the quietest group in the building.
No
I mean, I'm looking
fun.
around at my table. I mean, is there anybody of any note?
I mean, there are familiar faces here. You've seen Inquisitor Silverleaf. She is here. You've also seen Investigator, I think he was Ironhammer. I accidentally closed my Google Doc.
Oh no.
Yes. You see Investigator Ironhammer, the guard that you met at the very beginning when everything went down in the market. So there are some familiar faces here, but not too many. This is kind of outside of your tax bracket.
Whoa.
I'm
Inquisitor
going
Silverleaf
to-
is kind of just standing off in a corner, sipping from a cup and snacking on whatever walks by her.
So
All right,
Symbala
I will
kinda,
be helping
until engaged,
Yuri.
is going to kind of take a back seat and just enjoy. So the rest of you get to be espionage specialists today.
Yuri's gonna jump up, grab Symbala by the arm, and say, "Come on."
Oh
And
no.
we're going to I'm
Like-
gonna drag you along.
You're going to grab him by the arm. He's not going to actively resist, but I do think that you're not dragging him anywhere. So
I would
No,
like to see
just-
some
just come
opposed
on.
athletics checks.
No, just come on. Come with me. Trust me. Trust
so
me.
she's grabbing his arm. Just to be clear, she's grabbing his arm, and he's still sitting down, but he is looking at her like, "What? I'm eating."
Let's go meet people.
I thought you would be eating. Aren't you the one that's all about food?
We'll be right back.
I've had a really long day.
Out.
Oh my gosh. We'll be
So-
right back.
So he looks longingly at the rest of the food. He grabs a turkey leg off the table and a big cup of wine, and he kind of follows her, but he's still eating and drinking.
I'm going to take Symbala to start making my way towards that group of venerated looking people.
As he
But
eats the
on
turkey
the
leg.
way, on the way, I'm going to be introducing us quickly and then going on to the next one as if we are just making our rounds before we make it to that group.
I have a question.
Yes.
Why were we invited to this?
For Symbala.
Symbala won the event.
And he was like, "Nope, friends are coming too."
That it was implied, and you guys showed up. I
Okay.
asked if anyone had any problems with coming.
Also,
So
whoever's
as-
drawing on here, he's going to kill you.
No, we have a doodle space.
No, that is the doodle.
Oh, it
space.
is. I couldn't see doodle space because you put an N over it. Good job.
Yeah, it's
I cut
noodle
it
spice
off of my
now.
screen so I can't even see it, and it's making life so much better, Prince of Nothing, let me tell you.
Yeah, it's noodle spice.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for the interruption.
So as we make it to that venerated group, having looked like we are just making the rounds of the room, I'm going
Turkey leg is
to...
gone by this point. Still have the wine.
Perfect. We look great. I'm going to puff my chest up and say, hello. This looks like a group of very important people. Let me introduce you to today's victor.
Oh, I see your game.
They look up at you and do not speak.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh boy.
Okay.
That's interesting. So, what do I see? What is this? What is this? group
It
of
is a.
people look
They're.
like?
It's just kind of a group of older men. They're all men. All just very stoically sitting there eating, and as you guys approach, I mean, they look up and acknowledge your existence. However, they're not speaking. They're all wearing the exact same clothes.
Most likely a vow of
Making me
silence.
pull teeth here. Symbala, introduce yourself.
He takes a drink of his wine as the stare down continues.
Oh no.
So this is my great friend Symbala. He's of some sort of. Oh my gosh.
This is great. This is great. I'm here for it.
No.
Yay.
The Thunderscar tribe.
I
I'll give you
didn't
that.
write this shit down. Thunderscar tribe. He's some It's very strong. He has a great workout routine.
Look at him. He's
I nod
Yeah,
my head
look
when
at
he
him.
says that.
Great workout routine,
pecs,
yeah.
My pecs flex.
I just have a
Did
mental
you all
image.
enjoy? Did you
a
all enjoy the
Symbala
show
flush.
this afternoon at the Coliseum?
They look at each other and then they look back up at you and still say nothing.
Can I go join them? Because I can feel the.
I want to do a I want to do a perception check
Oh.
to see if
Perception or insight?
Ah, yes.
there's any.
Yeah.
Well,
Symbala,
I wanna be
worldly
clear.
known for being perceptive.
More perceptive than insightful.
Ooh.
But you know what? That's fine. I'll do insight. Very average. 12.
You're looking at them, and it seems like it's one of those things where they might just not be allowed to talk to you.
Oh,
They
that's fair.
they don't seem like they're trying to be rude. They're not trying to be mean or anything like that. They are just looking at you like, you know, oh, okay. But there's acknowledgement there. There's like blinks and slight nods and movements, but they are not
So I
actively saying anything.
So I take another sip of my wine and I look at the group. I look over at Yuri and like, I don't believe that they are able to speak with us, Yuri. I don't. They're obviously not trying to be rude. And I gesture back to the group and I go, I apologize if we made you uncomfortable by trying to engage you in conversation. I had a lot of wine. I'm feeling pretty mellow.
Yeah, you get another nod. They just kind of acknowledge. It's almost like a apology accepted nod.
And
then Escobar, you said you are approaching, yes?
Yes.
As Escobar approaches, there is another look of acknowledgement on their faces, a much more sure look of acknowledgement on their faces, and they all go back to their food and do not look back up.
Are any of them elves?
Not high elves. None of them are like your kind, but I'm sure, there's like a half elf here and maybe a wood elf there kind of thing.
Gotcha.
But no high elves
elves.
like yourself.
So,
High elves, while are extremely rare to see, but they're also very respected.
well,
Or disliked, depending on what
Yeah, depending
race of
on
elves
who
you're
you're
talking to.
talking
If you're talking to dark elves, then they fucking hate the
And-
high elves.
Yeah, then they hate your guts and want you to die.
does depend on the addition of D&D now, though. Apparently, they can love
It does.
you. In 2024, dark elves are just misunderstood normal people, and you're a bigot if you think otherwise.
gotcha.
Yep.
Woke.
They
Gotcha.
did nothing
I'm a half
wrong.
elf.
They did nothing wrong except for enslavement, genocide, murder, and all sorts of other
Hasn't-
awful things.
Well, I mean,
Hasn't
don't.
every D&D race done that at some point?
Well, I mean,
Some have done
don't-
more than
don't-
others.
Don't get
See?
angry at the actions of your ancestors.
I mean, they're still doing it, but
Oh.
that's cool. They're still doing it.
Yeah,
hasn't changed.
I mean, they're
dark
still
elves
doing
are
it,
not
but
great people.
Ellie, please don't fall back. You're gonna bonk yourself.
All they do is hang out in the Underdark and abuse everyone that isn't mind flayers.
Okay, so I approach, and can I immediately tell that there's like awkwardness in the air?
Roll me an insight.
Okay. Come on. I'm blonde, so that means I have plus 15 to luck.
With a 14, as they all notice you
Wait, what
and
did
look
you just
down,
say?
as they
I was waiting
notice
for somebody
you,
else to catch it.
as they notice you and go to look down, you see one face flash a little bit of disdain before they look back down at their plate, and they will not look back up.
Okay.
Wow, they really don't like you.
Well, yeah, so I approach, and I'm like, whoa, what happened here? Was this a funeral? Did somebody die?
Oh boy.
Wow. Anywho.
No, he says that, like, openly.
Oh yeah, this is their response.
Oh, okay. Excuse me. Oh, you guys seem like a lot of fun. I see why they got.
Oh,
I
oh
see why
boy.
they invited you guys.
Well, I'm
Yeah,
going to
Continue to look down.
Do I see the
again
group over
entwine
by the?
my arm in Symbala's and say, Symbala, how about this table right behind theirs? These people look like people we'd be interested in talking to.
Symbala looks over at that table and uses perception to see whether or not he feels he's about to be pulled into another awkward conversation.
You're about to
Get
be
to
pulled
19.
into another awkward conversation.
There's
You
no
need
need
to
for a
roll
roll for that.
Actually, that's actually 20 minus 1. All right. This is the last time he's letting her pull him in a direction though. There's food to eat.
Yeah, let's sit down with them. Have a little of the food. And as we walk over to that table, do we get a warmer welcome there?
Oh yeah, I mean, when they notice that you have Symbala in tow, they're all like, "Ah,
Yeah, that's
how
why I
did you
brought
do
Symbala.
it? What was it like?" You know, they're asking the normal, like, "Oh my God, I'm in the presence of a man that killed somebody earlier."
Pretty much.
Love that.
So Symbala will start to regale them and answer questions. He's used to this.
Thank you.
This
Thank
is
you.
like a Tuesday afternoon.
Yeah, this is standard.
Oh,
and
yeah.
he'll pump Tusk's supplements as well. I mean, they took care of him.
I'm going
Oh,
to
yeah.
sit down at this table and pull Symbala down next to me.
Oh,
He sits
boy.
down, starts eating and drinking.
And while he's regaling them, I'm listening to the table behind me to see if I can hear anything.
The ones that can't talk.
The ones that
Interesting.
well, they were talking with each other.
Ah,
They just stopped talking when we came over.
Maybe their words are only for the ears of the holy.
Yeah, that's why I want to hear it. What the fuck are they talking about?
If only we had a cleric.
We do.
If only we had a cleric.
Uh,
God. If only the cleric would come over
No.
after
Are you
noticing his
saying
party.
that, like, I literally
I
can't
was
hear what
I
they're
was
saying?
asking. I was asking. Hey, do I see them over at that table right now?
Oh,
Yes.
It's because he's too busy
Okay.
drawing Headman.
What do you mean?
Ooh.
I haven't
No, I'm
drawn
drawing
anything.
Headman.
Oh.
No, my drawings are in pink.
I see a piece of pink on my map picture.
Yeah, that was from me. That was from me clicking back into the game.
Yeah, the DM has finally given in. I'm the one drawing Headman.
Oh my goodness.
ta-da!
All right, there's no more pink on the map. You're welcome.
Thank you. It makes,
Anyways.
it makes my OCD so much better to not see the doodles.
I keep my character sheet over top of it.
That's what I'm doing. Yes.
Man, you guys suck.
Yeah.
I can't focus watching you guys doodle.
Well, that's not our fault.
I'm starting to understand why Zoa likes doing this, though.
Hey,
Yeah.
see?
Is that you running from the skull thing?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, he
I'm-
drew the repo guy, and I was like,
Ah,
I want to draw Headman.
Okay, so can I literally just not hear them, or are they just not talking to me? Would I
Oh,
be
they're
able
not
to overhear
speaking.
them?
They're no longer speaking.
Oh.
Even though we've gone to sit down at another table?
Roll a perception check.
Perception. Ha!
Wow.
Hold on 1 second.
All right. Where the
Nat
fuck are
20
these
plus
rolls?
5.
Where the fuck are these
Okay.
rolls when we need him?
I need them now. I'm trying to join the mafia, man.
Trying to join the mafia, man.
Somebody please quote her.
So, as you look over, they're exchanging glances, and it almost looks as if they're communicating, but there are no words, there is no sound, and it's a little strange. It seems like they're communicating, just not in a way that you can perceive.
This is annoying.
Telepathy.
Yeah, can they do that? I mean, yeah.
There are certain things that allow
I
people
notice
just to have
anything-
telepathy.
Do I notice anything else about them, like to say like who they are, their clothing or whatever?
So their clothing is completely plain. They're just wearing tan tunics. They are definitely a religious group. You can kind of get that vibe pretty easily.
Oh, are these
However, they are looking at Zoa repeatedly.
Mm.
With that
Is
high
Zoa
of a
still with us?
perception check, you definitely notice that they are stealing glances at your wizard.
Okay.
Ooh.
Hmm.
Well, with my natural perception, I'm gonna say these are the people that tried to have him killed, or kidnapped, or whatever. I'm gonna go with killed, seeing as we killed that person, so we have no idea what their game was.
Better to play it safe.
So I'm gonna nudge Escobar in the ribs and be like, "Hey, do you still have that note from the person who had the hit out on you? Because I'm getting the feeling these guys might have something to do with it."
Hmm.
Hmm.
I kind of get a glance at him, and then
Symbala, you're still regaling.
Yeah.
Please cover us.
Sure. He's doing that.
Okay, well, now that I have this piece of information, now I could do a little less metagaming. I kind of just lean into both Symbala and Yuri, and I'm like, hey, Yuri, why don't you come with me to powder our noses? And then I kind of just let Symbala know, hey, kind of keep an eye out. If we leave and one of them gets up to leave after us, you think you can kind of keep an eye out?
Are you whispering that to him? We're at a table of strangers.
I am. No, I am. I'm whispering it to both Symbala and Yuri.
You walk up and you whisper that at a table full of people talking to me?
No, because all
It's
three
time
of us
with
are
the
together.
whisper.
All three of us are
I'm
together.
sorry. We're sitting at a table with people.
Yeah, I kind of just like, since both of you are sitting next to each other, kind of just like lean in and let you both know.
All right.
I
nod.
as I pull Yuri up.
So as he leans into whisper, he just hears.
お前はもう死んでいる。
No, I nod. That's fine.
Thank you, Symbala. Excuse me, the rest of you. I will be back.
So yes, we go and we ask. I'm guessing there's a guard standing there or something, or an attendant. And
Oh
we
yeah,
ask
there are
for
guards around.
where there is a restroom at.
Through those doors, boys' rooms to the right.
Thank you.
I don't have to use the bathroom.
You'll be fine. Just watch my back. Last time I tried to go anywhere by myself, I was thrown down a flight of stairs. Okay.
Fair enough.
Ooh.
Does anybody
This is
follow
true.
me?
Me.
So Blood's behind us.
Yeah.
We're having a bathroom party?
Yeah, bathroom
Yuri,
party.
roll me a perception check.
Oh, okay.
I'm bringing the bubbles.
Not so good on that one.
Can I roll a perception? 'Cause I am.
You'll be able to in a second.
Okay.
Bubble, what do you
Yuri,
think a
you don't
bathroom
notice-
party is?
So, Blood, are you coming into the bathroom?
Yeah.
2 hours later.
All right. Blood, roll me a perception check as well.
Yeah, because I'm coming in after them. Where'd my character sheet go? It just disappeared? Alright, well.
Omaewa.
More.
NANI?
Nani?
What? Oh, okay. Ooh.
What?
Mm.
Yeah, you don't notice anybody either.
Love that.
And then Escobar.
Oh, come on, RNGesus. I've prayed enough.
I've prayed enough. No, you haven't. Clearly, I haven't either. Jesus Christ.
Another
I
14.
know, right?
No. No one follows you into the bathroom.
God fucking damn it.
I mean, Blood walks in. Blood is there with you, and Yuri is watching the door.
I lean into Blood and I let him know what about the table of people passing glances at me.
Yeah, and
Me feeling a little
since
paranoid.
we are alone together right now, I also relay to him the information about that group interfering with the religious stuff around the city.
Oh shit.
They're kind of making it a pay to win type scenario.
Do you think maybe it was not a good idea to come to this party?
Probably not.
What would you like to do?
I wouldn't like to sabotage this because we're already in not great standing with the law.
Yuri?
Yuri's standing outside.
No, I'm here.
She's inside but watching the door.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't think anybody's gonna try anything at the party. We might want to be extra super careful on the way back.
Yeah, but I
Symbolic,
figured...
can you roll me a perception check?
Sure. Let's see here. And
Because you did say you were going to keep an eye on them, yes?
yes.
Okay.
Although what they failed to recall is Symbolic tends not to be very perceptive. It's average.
Sorry, I just took a bite of my dinner.
Ah.
You notice a group of 3 of them all look at each other, nod, stand up, and walk away from the table.
The 3 behind the 3 quiet ones.
Yes, 3 of the people.
Where do they appear to be walking?
Towards the exit. They seem
Like,
to be
towards where we went?
Mm-mm. No, you guys went deeper into the building. They're going the opposite direction. They're leaving.
Okay.
How many does that leave at the table?
About 4.
What are they doing right now?
Same thing they were doing before. Quietly
sitting there?
looking at their plates, cutting their food delicately,
What the fuck?
eating, being very reserved, very cordial.
It's like they're waiting for something.
But 3 of them
Or
just left.
they were waiting for something and now 3 of them are going to do that thing that they were waiting for.
Yeah.
Yes, but I'm not leaving the venue to chase them down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Somebody.
No, that makes sense.
Somebody's gonna stand
You
in
need-
front of the of everyone. It's gonna make a toast, and fucking Aaron Yeager is gonna explode out of the wall as soon as he makes a declaration of war. Sorry.
So I politely excuse myself from my table, grab a turkey leg and refill my wine or another glass, and
Bathroom party.
I will kind of walk in the direction they're going, but I'm not going to make it very obvious. I'm gonna kind of meander off
Maybe.
in a slightly different direction, that like at a diagonal to them, if you would.
I mean, so you could ask if they left.
So you know what? Hell, that's a better idea. But I can ask if they left, but the people behind me can't talk. We already kind of acknowledged that. So what am I supposed to do? Look back and ask them a verbal question?
I mean, I would imagine that there are guards near the exit.
Hey guards, did you see
That's
3
what I'm at.
people that were oddly silent leave? If I walked up to a security guard and said that, they would take me into custody, most likely.
Or you could come tell the person who's able to transform
Yes.
into animals.
However, have you ever walked up to a security guard and asked a question like that when you're the VIP?
Yeah, sure. You know what? Where's Silverleaf?
She's standing deeper into the building, more towards the party, just leaned up against a wall.
Interesting. What about Ironhammer? Is he working the door or is he somewhere else?
It seems that he's moving around quite a bit. He's been a little bit everywhere. You haven't seen him touch a single drop of alcohol though. Like he's ate, like, you know, you probably stole a glance where he was, you know, snacking on something, but you haven't seen him drink. You haven't seen any of the guards drink. It seems that when they're on duty, they're not allowed to drink alcohol. Silverleaf has been drinking, but
I'll find. I'm trying to decide which of those two would be best because walking up to the guard, they're not. Even if they think something of it, they're just, I'll find Silverleaf.
You go and find Silverleaf, kind of just standing by herself, nursing a little glass of, you know, wine or mead. She's just like, Simbala, I'm glad to see you. I'm glad everything at the Coliseum went well. Nice to see that you're safe.
I thank her. So thank you. It was a hard-won battle, and it's a shame that the final event was marred by cheating, but it all worked out. We appreciate your help.
Oh no, I appreciate you. These two people may help lead us to answers about everything that's going on. This is the biggest lead that we've had since everything has started, truly.
Amazing. That's great. I do have a request. It's not a big one at all. I have a little bit of a sixth sense for oddities and danger. It's part of how I always seem to end up in the midst of trouble, as you're well aware at this point. And I apologize. I apologize for that. I know it's not easy. However, I got a little bit of a bad vibe from, and I kind of, without being too obvious, get her attention to where the table is. A group of individuals that were talking and then pretended that they could not speak. When Yuri and I walked over, I gave them an out in case they just didn't want to speak. However, when we sat down and were talking to another table of people, they continued to just sit there in complete silence, but it seemed like they were communicating anyways. And three of them just kind of nodded, got up, and seemed to leave, and the rest are still sitting there. It could be nothing at all, and that's fine, or it could be something, and I just wanted someone to keep an eye on them. That's all.
I can absolutely ask one of the guardsmen to look after them.
Yeah.
Is there anything they have... I mean, that's not a lot to go off of, I'm going to be honest.
Which is why I approached you instead of just a guard. I would have expected them to dismiss it out of hand. It's just a little strange. They're obviously communicating somehow, but then it all ceased or went silent, even when we were sitting at a different table near them. I just have a sixth sense for things like this, and I think it's nothing. I look down at the wine. I'm like, I had plenty of celebratory wine. I just had a feeling, and I don't want anything to mar this event.
Well, I appreciate the concern. It's definitely worth looking into. You see her kind of snap her fingers, and a man walks over. Larger guy, big, burly type. Not quite as big as you, like not a, muscle bound, but, fit. Not the spellcaster type. Walks over. He's just like, yes, ma'am. She's like, go watch that table. And he just nods and walks off.
So I look back at her and I go, a toast to you, Inquisitor. Thank you. And I raise my
Toast
glass.
to you, champion.
Take my
and,
drink.
You guys clink.
Yep. After a few drinks, if she doesn't engage, I will wander off.
I mean, she's kind of just scanning the crowd. It doesn't look like she's working. It looks like she was told that she needed to be here as like a mandatory social event, but she can't help but be herself.
Perfect.
She can't help but look around like she does.
So and that's one of the things I was considering when I approached her instead of Iron Hammer or just a guard. But I will meander away if she doesn't actively engage in conversation after that. And I will tell you I'm keeping an eye out to see if I happen to notice Riven or Chara there. Well, I realize that they're not necessarily... I don't know that they could get away with being in an event like this, but I'm keeping an eye out.
Roll a perception check.
Why is the barbarian doing all the percepting? Oh, look, an 18.
Because all of your friends are in a bathroom.
I imagine our conversation in the bathroom is over.
Yeah,
Well,
you know
then,
what? Let's pause right
As
here.
as you guys meander out of the bathroom, you see
I would
nearby
like to- yeah.
Symbala wrapping up a conversation with Inquisitor Silverleaf, and
Right,
you know,
Radical
as
was
he
trying to say
wraps up,
something.
starts to. 1 second.
Okay.
You guys start to walk out of the bathroom and join up with Symbala, you know, kind of off to the side of the room.
So I'm going to walk towards Symbala. Obviously, like, knowing something happened, given that he was regaling and seemed to be having a good time. Notice that there are people missing from that table and catch him as he's leaving Silver blah blah blah, and ask him like what happened, where'd they go?
And I'm walking away from her because this is not a conversation for Inquisitor Silverleaf to hear. That's who I'm walking away from.
Yes.
And I just go, you know, you expressed your concerns, and I saw some of them leave, and you all were still in a bathroom or wherever you went. So I just, you know, brought some attention to them through Silverleaf in case something happens. And now I'm going to go and continue enjoying my victory party.
I will be happy to join you, but I do want you to know, in case you didn't hear when I told Escobar, I think those people might have had something to do with our friend at the inn who attacked him.
Oh. Well, then I would say that he probably should not hang out in any dark stairwells or foyers by himself anytime soon.
Yeah, I think we're going to want to do a very nice security guard posse on the way back tonight.
Well, I pity anybody that wants to attack the Grand Champion. However, I'm going to go get some more food and drink, and he walks back towards the front table.
I'll join you.
Yeah.
Time for me to finally eat.
Yep.
Speaking of eating, I just finished dinner.
I'll be joining them.
So,
As you're walking back to the table, I'm going to circle around to your Riven comment.
Okay.
As you're looking around and as people are bringing things to the table, you see one of the caterers. They're not dressed as nicely as the rest of the caterers. It is a very, like, this is a back of house person running food, which hasn't happened tonight, but it's happening right now. And this person, as they set down a plate of food in front of you, they hold eye contact with you for a few moments and then look down at the food and look back up at you and walk away. They're kind of trying to get you to acknowledge something.
I don't
What's
give
in the damn
away.
food?
I don't give away anything when they walk away. Does anything seem different about the food?
Is there a message
as
in
you're
the
looking
food?
down at the as you're looking down at the plate, it seems that there is a piece of parchment taped to the bottom of the plate.
I had a feeling.
So I will, you know, there's a lot of noise going on and rattling of cups and so forth. So I'll slip the parchment out of it into my palm. Is it just a small piece of parchment?
It's just this tiny little piece of parchment that says "meat in kitchen."
Okay.
Is this for Symbala only?
I mean, they made eye contact with Symbala. They didn't really look around.
Yeah.
But, I mean, if you guys all came, you are here as a party. I don't think
Yeah.
it would be
Okay.
Well, are you sitting next?
necessarily taken as a.
Was my party seated next to me or elsewhere?
Everyone was there.
Yeah. Well, it's a
Yep.
good
It sounded
thing.
like you guys were moving as a group.
Yeah, it's a good thing Yuri didn't get that note because Yuri would have read that meat in kitchen. Probably would have been like, "Ooh, what kind of meat?"
Eat?
It better be that good shit that's still in my backpack
Real
back at
shit.
the end.
Well, so I don't touch the plate of food. I will. I'll keep drinking, and I slide the note over to Yuri.
Oh hell yeah! These are the kind of people we need to talk to about that security posse on the way home. Anyway,
Maybe.
I've got an idea of who this is.
Oh,
Well, so Symbala gets up, and how close is the kitchen to like a bathroom or something?
I mean, there's like a couple of entrances. It's one of those, multiple doors kind of situations. You could probably just walk back. It's
Yeah.
very busy here.
So I do look over at Yuri and I go stagger in, and I go first, because you don't want to see the whole party
Stagger?
just walk into the kitchen.
Ah, okay. I thought you meant like literally act like we were drunk, staggering.
I mean, if I saw 3/4 of this party, which are very tall, conspicuous people, all go into the bathroom together, I would start a rumor as well. So
Well, obviously it was a circle jerk.
I go first. I mean, that's what I'm assuming. 3 guys go into the same stall. So I with food in hand and drink, will slowly make my way to the kitchen as nonchalantly as a giant, half-naked dragonborn can be.
based.
As you're
I mean, if
walking
you want, I'll do a
into the-
stealth check. I
No,
don't
you're
care.
fine. I don't think it's necessary in this environment. As you're walking into the kitchen, you overhear a couple of guards talking. You hear the one guard say to the other, Silverleaf's been taking orders straight from the council lately. Fancy talk about greater threats. I think she's preparing for a war that ain't here yet. And, it goes back to kind of grumbles. It sounds like he kind of spoke up to speak over the noise for a moment and kind of overshot.
Ooh.
So Silverleaf's been taking orders straight from the council lately. Seems like she's preparing for a war to come.
That's not here.
Yeah, it seems like she's stressed about something. That she thinks something's coming and other
Okay.
people are a little more skeptical.
Guards talking on his way to the kitchen. They say, all right, sorry, I just want to get this. All right, so I make my way to the kitchen.
Yeah, you make it into the kitchen and there's normal hustle and bustle. I mean, a couple of people look up and acknowledge you, but you're just big man and there are plenty of paid muscles that are coming in and out of the kitchen to check on things, to make sure nothing fishy is going on in the kitchen. They're not adverse to seeing people they don't know in their kitchen.
So I just kind of, without being too obvious, just kind of seem like, do the best I can, seem like I should be there, while keeping an eye out for anybody trying to get my attention.
Because you're just kind of standing in the entrance, right?
For a few seconds, and I'll just kind of look around as if I just wandered in and I own the fucking place, and that they're my servants, not anybody else's.
As you
Tearing it
meander,
up.
Our true hero.
as you
I mean, I'm the champion.
as you meander, you see the guy that left you the note on the table standing next to a door.
I walk that way. Slowly, because I'm waiting for the rest of my party to come in.
Yeah.
I am going to stand up, head partway into the kitchen, finish off my wine, and then walk into the kitchen glass first as if I'm looking for something specific.
Here's the kitchen.
As you walk in, you can see Symbala. He's not hard to miss. And it seems that he is approaching the other side of the kitchen. He's walking deeper into the kitchen. Symbala, as you get towards the man by the door, he gives you a nod and is like, got a visitor for you.
Sounds good.
He opens the door, and it looks to be a staircase down to the wine cellar.
Man is standing near a door that appears to lead to a wine cellar. I look over at the man and I go, the rest of my companions will be coming shortly. Please let them down when they arrive.
Who's next, Blood or Escobar?
I'm following Symbala
Yuri's
directly
next.
behind Symbala. With my
Well,
glass.
yes,
as if
I'm
I'm
aware
doing
that Yuri is next. I mean, after Yuri, who are you guys staying at the table?
Yeah.
I'll be going down because we need to deliver this orb to Riven, and I have the orb.
So you're
We're
heading
swimming with the
out.
ribbon. There
So-
are other people in play. Just remember that.
Blood is going, and now Escobar, you're the last at the table.
I'd
Oh my
rather
gosh.
not.
Why would Escobar be the last? Yes. Can Escobar go next?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I would rather not be at the end. It looks like I'm a person of interest. Okay, blonde elf man goes next.
You make your way into the kitchen and see your friends.
Yes.
Blood, as you're sitting at the table, and as you see the door close to the kitchen, when it swings closed, two men in tunics approach you and sit down.
Oh boy.
We'll move to the party. You guys are kind of just, grouping up. Blood will be here in a minute.
Oh boy.
Symbala doesn't wait for the party. I want to be clear.
You're heading down.
The moment that door opens, he gives an instruction and expects it to be followed, and he goes.
Oh.
All right, so you start heading down the stairs. Yuri, are you waiting up, or are you gonna go down as well?
Yuri has stepped away for a second. She will be right back.
Yuri and Escobar follows Symbala.
Blood,
Yeah.
as you're sitting there, and these two men in tunics sit down, one on either side of you, both heads held very low. You immediately clock like the vibe. You've been around everything from zealots to blasphemers to cults and the most and least devoted of every religion, delivering herbs. These are the groups that like their plants, if you know what I'm saying.
Yes.
They sit down at the table with you. You are touched by those above us.
This is true.
Yet, you surround yourself with those who seek to disrupt the balance of that is natural. Your elf friend is not what he seems. The knowledge he seeks will bring about the destruction of our world.
Bet your ass it will.
Tread lightly, friend, for surrounding yourself with companions as you have is not looked favorably by the gods. And they stand up and walk away.
I would also like to point out that I have an ironclad grip on the fucking orb at this point because I'm too suspicious of everyone.
Yeah, they just walk away. They go back to their table and go back to... it looks like they have started speaking again at their table, though. They are speaking quietly amongst themselves. You can see their mouths moving.
So these are the people that were at the table that wouldn't speak?
Yep.
Correct.
Okay.
The brown tunicked men.
Blood, roll me either history or religion.
Okay, I'm here.
We're back.
Let me get my character sheet. It was perception, right?
History or religion.
Okay. History or religion? We'll go religion. Nope.
They're religious. Would you like to head off to the kitchen now?
Sure.
You make your way into the kitchen, and everyone is ushered downstairs. It is much, much quieter down here. You can hear the festivities upstairs, you know, but it is significantly quieter. And as you descend the staircase, it looks like one of the wine barrels in the basement has a false front that is a door, and on the other side of that door is a small little room, and in the mouth of the door tunnel thing stands Kara. Symbala, you are the first to see Kara and, you know, make her acquaintance. She kind of gives you a nod and it's like, congratulations on your fight.
Thank you. It was well fought.
Indeed it was. Your friend's coming.
Yes, they'll be down shortly.
I will wait
It
for
won't
everyone
be
to be here.
too obvious.
I'm going to make
I'll
my
wait for
way
everyone to
down
be here before we start.
Okay.
down the basement steps and greet Kara with a friendly face I'm happy to see.
As you guys all make it in there, you know, Yuri gets in there, you kind of exchange, I suppose you could call it pleasantries with Kara.
Yes.
Then Escobar gets in there. Escobar, you come down the stairs. Do you say anything to Kara? Just, you know, normal head nods or...
Yeah. Nothing too crazy.
A minute passes. And then another minute. And then another minute.
What?
And then finally Blued shows up.
Hey, I'm here now.
It's
Well,
I got
late to
held
the
up.
party, but
Kara looks at you and goes, held up?
Yep. We were having a bit of an issue with some robed men earlier, and they approached me just as Escobar was leaving.
they approached you.
Yes,
What did they
and they
want?
spoke to me.
What did they
That-
want?
They were talking to me about Escobar, actually.
What? What did I do?
Told you.
Something
Kara
about knowledge that you're
Starts
seeking.
shooting looks. Kara starts shooting looks at Escobar.
I literally have done nothing.
It's something about knowledge that you're seeking, or I didn't really pay much attention to
Yeah.
it. They were insulting my friends.
Yeah, who isn't seeking knowledge? You are
Insulting.
seeking knowledge.
How did they insult us?
They called you all dirty
Oh,
Oh. Well, I mean,
great.
and told me that I was not supposed to be affiliating with you because you're dirty.
of course.
You know, basic religious shit.
What about
Anyways,
them? What about them? Were they clean?
I mean, their tunics were brown, so I can't really say.
Yeah. Yeah. Coincidence that it was the color of poop.
Did you, Blue, did you specifically say that they had a problem with the elves in the party? Or the whole party?
Just Escobar.
Specifically Escobar. Okay.
Great. I'm
Yep.
being singled out again.
Yes.
I'm starting to see a pattern here.
So,
Yeah, they said the knowledge you were seeking was forbidden. Personally speaking, I do not care what any knowledge of anybody, like any knowledge anybody tries to get, so I don't have a problem with it.
so
I mean, I've told you what I've been searching for. I believe I've been as transparent as possible.
Symbala is kind of like listening to this and trying to figure out exactly what's going on. He's not dumb, but he's been drinking. And he cuts and he goes, "Listen, I don't understand why they have such a problem with Escobar trying to learn the Identify spell. But I have a hard time believing that that's going to result in the end of the world or whatever. And, you know, I understand that the smell of failure was strong on him after he burned up the scroll, but that's no reason to say that he's unclean and smells. Very, very rude, and I have a conversation with them. When we leave.
Yeah, it is extremely rude.
Prince of Nothing. I just have to say, I love him. I love him.
I love him.
I love him. I want a big plushie.
Yeah, me
Oh,
too.
Symbala. Yeah.
Yeah, I want a Symbala
We
plushie
need a
too.
Symbala plushie.
Oh my god.
And when you push in his pecs, he squeaks.
Like Khan from the Bleach anime.
But can we get him with like the super stretchy arms like Stretch Armstrong?
We'll tie him up
This
to a
is
chair.
no longer a plushie. This is now an amalgamation.
Toy line.
Yeah, we gotta make a Symbala toy line.
Gotta be able to
It's the
snap different
perfect
weapons on and off.
opportunity. He just got a whole bunch of marketability in the campaign.
He's got the hard hands so you can snap weapons in and out of his hands. Stretchy arms. His pecs are soft, so
Yeah,
that
and
way you
squishy.
can squeeze them and get the squeakies. But then he's covered in spines.
And he's gotta have like really hard abs too.
There you go.
Yeah, like obnoxiously hard abs,
This-
like
this is just
Kevlar.
This is gonna be nightmare fuel.
It's gonna be like Prince of Nothing's gonna be the only one to know what I'm talking about. But this is gonna be like that strong bad action figure.
Oh god.
He's gonna shoot
that's
sparks from his mouth.
Alright, we're gonna read the mail. Alright. Oh man, strong bad.
Yeah, you're gonna be
Oh
able to
my
remove
God.
Symbala's head, and the inside of his body is hollow, so you could put like motor oil or grapefruit juice or what you want to throw in there.
And don't forget, he shoots sparks with his mouth. Don't forget that part.
Glow in the dark abs, man.
Oh yeah.
All
All
right,
right,
sorry.
y'all, back on topic. Kara is like, all right, well, everything unfolded quite quickly at the Coliseum. Who has the gem?
I just take it out of my pocket. That's me.
Like, okay.
Whips it out.
All right,
Okay.
Yep.
pocket.
Yeah, that's me.
She's like, okay,
It may or may not have touched his balls.
It did.
I'm going to give you the option. Do you want me to take it and go take it to Riven, or do you want to keep it on you? Because I'm telling you right now, somebody finds that on you. If it's the guards, you're going to get called in front of the council and ultimately executed.
Oh
If
shit.
it's a different group, they will murder you for it. If you want to keep it, by all means. But I can.
I'm
take
just
it
gonna
to
stop
Riven
her right
myself.
there. I'm walking towards her with the orb.
As you hand
Nope,
it to
I'm
her,
out.
As you go to hand it to her, she's like, "Hold on." And
Yeah,
she
no,
pulls-
you're delivering
She
it.
pulls out this wooden box with like a false bottom. She's like, "Put it in here," and she puts it in, screws the box back together, puts it into a satchel, and then like she lets out this like little sharp whistle. And that same guy from the kitchen before approaches. She hands it off to him. She's like, "Take it straight to Riven, make no stops." And he nods his head and fucking bolts out the back.
Why are they?
Right.
Why is she treating it like you're giving her a live hand grenade?
Because at this
Maybe a
point,
live
it is technically
Because it's a live hand grenade.
because it's a live
nuclear bomb.
summoning grenade. You
she's
fucking
like,
touch it and summon monsters in the area.
Oh shit.
Like-
Okay, yeah. I forgot.
Yeah.
She's like, Riven will be in contact by the end of the night when you all return to the inn for payment and anything else that you all need. I am leaving. I was never here. You never saw me. She turns around, pulls her cloak over her face, like, good luck, have fun. And she heads the fuck out.
Drops her cloak and heads out and leaves. Okay.
Yeah,
got it.
you see her go up the stairs, and you could go up right behind her, and by the time she hits the top of the stairs, she'd be fucking gone.
What is a cloak of
Whoa.
invisibility?
I
Ability.
wouldn't say it's a cloak of invisibility. It's
Cloak of
just
swiftness.
she's getting out of there so fucking fast, and she also knows the ins and outs of this building, apparently.
Got it.
Cool.
Like the room that
I
you guys
still
are
wanna
in,
join
it
these
looks
guys.
it looks like it's basically a hookah lounge that you guys
Yeah.
are in.
Yeah.
Like there's ashtrays. It's clean right now, but there's like ashtrays. There's those little like things that you would put ice in for champagne there. There's like a little bar cart off to the side. And then there's this table in the center. It's really nice looking. It's, you know, maybe cherry wood.
I'm going to look around for the nicest bottle of champagne or wine that there is and fill the empty glass that has been sitting in my hand as a.
You're not finding any champagne. You're in the wine cellar, so if you just walk out and take a right, there are bottles of wine down here. But there's no like champagne or anything. But there is a bar cart with a bunch of liquor.
Okay. Well, guys, I don't know about you, but I'm off to find the nicest bottle of wine and probably the second nicest bottle of wine to ferret back to the inn with us.
Bring back several.
You want to come help?
No, I need to get back to the food. Also, I think I might be missed. I'm pretty obvious.
Truth. This was a long bathroom break.
Yeah, it is several circle jerks now.
Several.
Several.
I think I got most of those notes.
Group perception check, please.
Oh no.
Oh, doff is the wrong word. Dons her cloak.
There we go. Sorry, I rolled twice.
Oh.
That was my bad.
Oh.
You're good.
Let me
I'll
get
honor
in.
the first one.
Let me get in here. You said perception?
Perception.
Hey, damn, I'm perceptive tonight.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
It's all the alcohol.
I'm trying out using my phone for the character sheet and
Oh, come on, video game.
Damn, I am not rolling well on these.
So Yuri and Simbala, as you guys are talking about wine, whatever the fuck Escobar and Blood are doing, just zoning off out into space. You know, I mean, maybe they're standing a little bit deeper.
I'm admiring the cherrywood table. What are you talking about?
I'm trying to hear. What's up, IRS? I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
You realize it's gotten quiet. Like dead quiet. There's no music. There's no cheering. There's no hustle bustle that you guys hear. It's silent.
Well, it could be a feature of the room.
Oh no! I assumed you guys walked back into the wine cellar to look at the wine. It's not silent in the wine cellar.
I didn't say I was going into the wine cellar. I said I had to go back.
Well, then, at the very least, noises
out of the
that
room
you
with
heard,
me.
noises that you heard before are no longer there.
Okay.
Well, so I'm hearing that going up the steps, or not hearing.
You're not hearing anything.
So
the
when
music cut out a while ago, Prince of Nothing. So I think we're just now noticing it now that we're walking out of the room we came from.
Sure. When I get to the top of the steps, is the door still closed?
The door is still closed.
Because I would have followed
nothing.
This would have been very silent right after she left. So I will carefully open the door and look around without
As you swing the door open, it looks like the kitchen is empty.
That's a problem.
Did we just get imperfect celled?
What?
I walk a couple more feet and look
when
through the
imperfect
glass.
cell comes through and absorbs everybody in a city.
Oh god, all the clothes are on the floor.
Yeah, all the clothes are on the floor. Everybody's
There's no
just
clothes on the
gone.
floor. He said
The
it was
rapture
empty.
happened.
I look through the glass or plastic or whatever it is back out at the room that these doors usually have to try to see what's happening in the room.
As you look through the viewing window, you see the guards are freaking out. They are moving their lips, but no sound is escaping them. You see Ironhammer pointing. He is crouched down onto the ground. He's like on his knees, and it looks like he's holding someone
Oh,
as
fuck.
he points. And he is like, he's over top of them. It looks like he's shielding them. But it also does not look like he's shielding somebody that's at the very least conscious. There are numerous people running for the exit. There are plenty of guards running all over the place, looking out windows, and a few more moments pass, and it's like a crash of thunder. All of the sound returns to the room. You can hear the shouting of the guards. You can hear them barking their orders once more. And you hear Ironhammer say, "Seal it down! Seal it down now!" And it seems that he is still just over top of whoever he is holding. There are, in addition to the guards that you already saw, there is a group of guards starting to congregate around Ironhammer in exquisite armor. They are covered head to toe in polished, very ornate, engraved armor with these symbols on them of a leaf.
How many guards?
Regular city guards or these?
No, how many of these special guards?
It seems that there's about 4 or 5 of them.
5 guards wearing exquisite.
That was a very large silent spell.
A silver leaf on them. I'm gonna look at the other end of the kitchen. Is there an exit?
Yes, there is a back exit. It seems that that's probably where all of the kitchen staff ran out of. And I'm guessing the others are starting to come up the stairs at this point.
Yep.
As you guys come up the stairs, it starts to become more obvious that something weird is going on. As you come up the stairs, you see Symbala kind of crouched down, peeking through like a crack in the kitchen door. No one is in the kitchen. The back door is wide open. And then, like I said, it's a crash of thunder. You hear screams. You hear commands getting barked by commanders, various orders, and yeah, that's where we're at.
All right,
Oh, your
crash
30-minute mark, by the way.
Say that again?
30-minute mark.
Yep.
So as the rest of them come up the stairs, I gently let the door close or push it close. I look at the rest of them. I point at the back door for the exit, and I go, now. And I leave. I'm leaving. I'm fucking wading into that. Symbala's leaving. I ought to tell you who's underneath his shield. I couldn't see it. It's almost certainly Silverleaf. Time to go.
Were we able to see him pointing at the door?
Symbala? Yeah.
I don't even think about it. Clearly, I'm just gonna follow suit.
As we hastily make toward the back, I'll go, something's happened. I'm pretty sure Silverleaf is dead. If you want to wade back into that, that's on you.
I'm going in.
Blued, you're going in. The rest. All right. Well, I'm leaving.
Yep.
I'm not having a part of this.
I
was in the kitchen trying to get more food when something happened, and then I left with everyone else. Not my circus, not my clowns.
I need to at least know if Silverleaf's dead.
Go get blanked.
So
Enjoy.
Yuri and Blued are heading into the banquet hall.
No, I'm gonna hang in the kitchen and watch.
Okay.
I'm going into the banquet hall.
Are you moving quickly?
Yes.
Um,
There are
The-
people that need help.
the kitchen door swings open. What is your AC?
Oh boy. Let's see. 18.
As the door swings open, you narrowly dodge a burst of magic missiles that come from the tip or from the hilt, pommel.
Ooh.
You narrowly dodge a burst of magic missiles as one of those ornate guards basically punches their sword out in your direction, and a burst of magic missiles hit the wall behind you. Ironhammer turns and sees you and tells them, stop, he's one of us. And he motions for you to come over.
Yep, I'm going over.
So, Blue, you'll be our
As you-
representative in this then.
Yes.
As you run up, Ironhammer is indeed holding at the very least, unconscious. You haven't, gotten a good look at her yet, but he is holding an incapacitated Silverleaf. He's like, I don't know what happened. Everything went silent all at once. We couldn't hear the music anymore. Panic started, and the next thing I knew, she fell over.
All right. I'm gonna do a medicine check to see if she's been poisoned.
Blue, you also know about the conversation I had with her and who I asked to have watched, and that a guard was assigned. Don't forget that. So her attention was brought to something, but it may be a distraction. Sorry, I wanted to make sure you, the player, were still thinking of that.
Yeah, I have that in my mind.
All right.
Roll me a medicine check.
Medicine, come on. All right.
An 8 is enough to see that she was not poisoned. There is a large, it looks like her veins have turned black. You can see the blood vessels in her hands, up her face, up her neck. It literally looks like her blood was just tarred from the inside out. And it also
this is
doesn't take a
magical.
genius to know that it doesn't look good, whatever it is.
This is definitely a curse.
Oh, okay. Because I was about to say, I'm like, you perfectly described not being poisoned, and then you gave the actual perfect description of being poisoned.
No, this is definitely a curse of some sort that is stopping the flow of blood.
Oh, jeez.
Think of it like having a blood clot throughout the entirety of your veins.
Oh, I love that.
I got
it
nothing
looks-
for
And
this.
Yuri's seeing all this, by the way, so you're
It
still in the
looks more
I'm
like
just
her
watching.
blood was turned to gasoline and lit on fire.
Ooh,
Like it does not look like it was painless, to say the least.
I can't do anything about this.
You might maybe want to check a pulse.
Yeah. Find
Okay,
out
yeah,
if
I'm
she's dead.
going to another medicine check for checking her pulse. God, why do I have OBS open behind this?
Come on, medicine. Hey, let's go.
Better.
She is lifeless. She is dead.
Shit.
Resurrection Resurrection
as-
exists in D&D. Don't freak out yet.
As you touch her with lesser restoration.
I didn't mean to do that.
Oh, okay.
What are you gonna try it?
I guess, yeah.
No way.
Sure.
Damn it! You said sure right as I hit my vape. As you touch her with lesser restoration, like you basically push that divine energy through, and when your hand touches her, it is literally as if the magic is being sucked out of your hand and into her
Ooh.
body. It is not a
Okay.
good feeling, and your hand slowly starts to get the same marks as burns appear on your hand, and it feels like every nerve in your hand is firing all at the same time.
Does she look like she's gotten any better from it?
It looks like where your hand was, the marks have gone away, but it does not look that it has improved her condition any amount that you would be able to help.
If I were to push everything, would it help?
It'll probably kill you.
I know, but let's let him cook.
Is this something Blood would want to do? Like, I've given you the amount of knowledge that I can. This is the amount of stuff that you would know. You touched her, it literally felt like the magic was being sapped out of your body.
I'm looking at Blood's character traits right now. Self-sacrifice is definitely something he would do.
Do you have anything higher than lesser restoration? Like, what are we pumping everything into a lesser restoration?
Yeah, because I can't cast anything higher. This is the best I've got.
I mean, you put your hands on her and, attempt again, and it is, Yuri, you watch as Blood is literally what looks like he is dumping basically his life force into a lifeless corpse. And Blood, eventually you hit a point where your eyes get heavy, and it's so hard to concentrate. You've got to, with this spell, there is a verbal component, like you're awake,
I do have to
and you're
speak.
trying to chant, this incantation, and your eyes are getting heavier, and then eventually you're just out. And when you go,
Not a big surprise.
No, I'm just not.
when you go out, you hear a voice in your head, a familiar voice, a voice of your mother, unintelligible, at a vast distance. Like she's calling out to you, but you're just not close enough to hear it. And that is the last thing you remember. You are unconscious. Yuri, you watch Blood just crumple as one of the regaled guards, basically just grabs him by the back of his clothes and rips him off of Silverleaf and kind of just tosses him to the side. And Ironhammer goes back to just holding her.
Yeah.
Why did he do that?
I'm like, there's
I
nothing.
mean, he was trying to save her life.
There's literally
he was doing
nothing
the
I can
noble
do.
thing.
I'm going to assume at this point that she is dead.
It definitely seems that way.
Yeah. But there's really nothing I can do, and I think it's best for me to continue hanging back in the kitchen to assess what's going on.
You continue to sit in the kitchen.
You want to know something really fucking sad about this? I have Revivify saved in my spell list for when we level up again.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, why?
So if we were just a little bit stronger,
Why-
I would have been able to save her.
Yeah, why you do this, IRS? Why have us at level 4 and then go and fucking gasoline blood us?
Well, if you guys were just a bit stronger,
This
maybe you would have been able to
motherfucker.
save her life.
You
I was like, It's a level 3 spell. I need to be level 5 for this shit.
I'm taking Symbala's perspective here, not my circus, not my monkeys. I just want to know what's happening.
Piece of shit.
Eventually, Ironhammer lets her lay on the ground. He stands up and brushes himself off a little bit, starts telling the guards to cordon off the area, begin a search. He is determined. That is all that is left on his face. I will find whoever did this. It is easy to tell. Yuri, please roll me a perception check.
Ooh.
Okay.
What is that noise? Oh, that is my alarm clock for the 15-minute warning.
Yep,
Good
6:45.
thing we're right at the end.
Yay.
Yuri, as you look around in the room, it's quieted down quite a bit. All of the civilians are out of here. But you're looking and you see over by the table with the hooded men, there is a man that has the same exact infliction as Inquisitor Silverleaf laying on the ground. Upon party conversation, it is the same man that Silverleaf asked for the guards. It is the same man that Silverleaf asked to go watch the men in hoods.
Oh. Okay. It's one of the guards.
After some time passes, I mean, I'm going to assume that at a certain point you turn into a rat because they're going to come into this kitchen.
Yeah.
But, as you're hidden watching everything that's going on, they bring these, coffins to the banquet hall that you guys were in, and Silverleaf and that man are both loaded into coffins, and the regaled guards both carry them outside.
Did we identify who the other man was? Was it the guard?
It was the man that Silverleaf spoke to.
Okay.
And it seems like he was probably also one of those regaled knights that just wasn't wearing his armor, because you guys didn't see them at any point. They were not there, or at the very least they weren't wearing their armor, and their response was instantaneous as far as you guys could tell. Because, when Symbala came up the stairs and they were running up to guard her and Ironhammer was just beginning to bark orders at his guards and his soldiers to secure the room. So, it was he died, and assumably the other man died, and then those guys immediately, in armor, ran up, got to work protecting Silverleaf.
Okay.
Prince of Nothing, you were spot on. The emblem on their chest is indeed a silver leaf. You said it out loud, and I was like, okay, yeah, I guess I wasn't very sneaky with that. Although, Zoa, fuck you for soul reading. Man, everything's going to be going great, and then Eren Yeager is going to come out and kill. And I was like,
somebody's going to give a speech, and then Eren Yeager's going to burst through the wall.
I literally muted myself, looked at Emma, and went, babe, I just got fucking soul read. And she went, oh no.
I mean, both Blood and Yuri are aware of most of the conversation, and that guard is down. So it's going to be a matter of when do we want to share that information and how and to whom.
Well, where did you and Escobar run off to?
I don't know. We fucked right off.
Yeah, we fucked.
Yeah, you
right
ran.
off.
I'm at a tavern drinking somewhere. In the after
Oh
party.
Lord.
The
Well,
after
the
party?
Silverleaf track is now closed to us. Sorry, boys.
Yeah, Silverleaf is dead.
Damn it. I actually
Our
was.
level-
Here's the sad
If I were
part.
level
I
5, this
like her.
would have fucking
Yeah,
worked.
I was starting to like her.
I think it was pretty funny. I was talking to IRS earlier about what path we might all take as a party, and I'm like, well, I think we're leaning towards this, but if a third path were to open, like Silverleaf actually being a viable option, I think most of us would get behind that. And then he doesn't say anything because he planned to murder the bitch.
Yeah, when you said that, I was like, I need to not say a fucking word.
Oh,
So
Because
you
I
got
didn't want to
spoiled
go,
twice.
well,
she is the current third option. Not that Iron Hammer and the government itself couldn't somehow become the option, but yeah, she was the third possible.
Wait a minute.
route.
Yeah. Wait, whoa. You're right. Weren't the.
We kind of pursued whether or not we could get her on board.
Oh, okay. IRS, I see what you mean about making a declaration of war and then immediately getting killed.
Yep.
Okay, all right.
yeah, Silverleaf, I mean, as you guys discussed, the
man.
air of tension makes it pretty obvious. Silverleaf knew too much and had too much authority and pull. She clearly knew more than she was letting on to you guys. There were a shit ton of rumors that you guys could have picked up on. There were 20 of them. I happened to roll the one that had to do with Silverleaf with the guards.
Wow.
You guys didn't do a whole lot of rumor milling. You sat at two tables the whole time.
Well, these people are really interesting.
Yeah, also, we were in a bit of a time crunch, so.
Yeah, that's fair. But yeah, it definitely, you have the feeling that maybe the stuff that you told Silverleaf was dangerous. And that's where we will end the session, folks.
Okay.
And,
I am
You know,
still unconscious on the floor.
here's something that I'm curious about, though. This is D&D, so resurrection is a thing.
Yes.
She seems pretty goddamn important. So, I mean, it's not inconceivable that she could be
I'll
brought
let
back.
you guys in on like the next day when the news breaks of this stuff. I'm sure you could like go and ask about it. Ironhammer knows you guys. I mean, at the very least, Blood is going to wake up in a hospital. That's what I'll focus on. Blood, the next day you wake up in a hospital. You are in incredible pain. Your connection to the arcane feels off right now.
Oh, damn.
You don't think you could cast a spell if you tried at the moment. And eventually a nurse
Uh-oh.
comes over and is like, I'll let the doctor know that you're awake. And she goes, and Ironhammer is sitting like at your bedside, and he wakes up and he's like, at least you pulled through. I appreciate what you did trying to save her. I'm not sure what happens next, but I appreciate the effort.
Well, I think I might have an idea about that, actually.
Please, I'm all ears.
So, my party and I kind of felt that there was something going on in the background. So, we did some investigating, and it turns out there were a group of,
The man in tunics. Yes.
yeah, the men in tunics.
Yes. They were aware her little private guard were aware of the situation. And of course, she chose not to alert myself or any of my other guards and tried to handle it alone. The man that was supposed to watch them was also found dead. So we're checking out the connection. Unfortunately, we're unable to ask either of them what happened. Neither speak with the dead, nor resurrection, nor revivify, nor reincarnation has worked. The priests have all said the same thing. Either they don't want to come back, or they're being prevented.
Have they tried to remove the curse?
There was no curse. I mean, Silverleaf was our best investigator when it came to the magical arts, but a few scholars from the college came down and they described it as a magical surge of energy so powerful that it ripped them apart from the inside.
Wow.
Just no fancy magic spell, no touch of death, no nothing. Just a surge of magic through their bodies so powerful it killed them.
555.
Oh, I get it. They fried their magical conduits all over their body. That's cool.
Yeah,
They literally
essentially-
burned their souls away.
They essentially, however it happened, whomever did it, whatever it was, they forced so much magic into their bodies that their mortal shells were not able to physically contain it. It's essentially like, Blood, you actually would be somewhat privy to the concept when gods take over the bodies of their avatars. If the avatar is not strong enough and does not have the capacity to become a true avatar for a divinity, same thing. Like, literally their body was filled with so much energy that they were burned from the inside out.
Wow.
Well, a priority to protect in that case would be Escobar, actually.
That will be for the party to discuss. I have to get
Yeah.
going. It was great playing with you all. I hope we get to
Yes.
do this again next weekend, question mark. You guys just let me know.
I'm always free on weekends.
Yeah, no, this is spicy. I had a good time today.
Wonderful. Zoe, we'll have to link up maybe tomorrow,
Yes.
so that way we can fix your character.
Maybe later tonight if you're actually home at a reasonable time.
I am not done with my ride-along until midnight, so I probably won't be home until like 1 o'clock in the morning.
No, then
I chose to do graveyard shift.
no, that's fine. I'll hit you up tomorrow.
Yep.
Yay!
Later.
Later.